I've been critical of Kyrie Irving. I didn't stutter. I'm not backing up. I meant every single damn word I said. But that does not mean that what New York has done to him is right. It is not. Kyrie Irving should have never been prevented or prohibited from playing a game at the Barclays Center this season. The city of New York's rule is bogus, it is ridiculous, and it has no business being in place. And Eric Adams, the mayor, who I like, by the way, needs to step up and handle his business in this regard, in this specific regard. We all in or we're out. The governor of New York needs to do the same. We in or we out. What do I mean by that, Monica? Very simple. How can a visitor come into the Barclays Center and be unvaccinated? How can they be unvaccinated, a visiting player, assuming there was one? I'm not saying there was. But if the rule stated, if a visiting player came into the city unvaccinated, they would be allowed to play at the Barclays Center and Madison Square Garden. How is it that a visitor could come and play, but Kyrie Irving can't play? It makes absolutely no sense. Even the commissioner, Adam Silver, said he was a bit flummoxed. That wasn't the word he used. I'm using that. But he was a bit flummoxed at the fact that that rule was in place. It made no sense. Either you have to be vaccinated in order to play at an indoor facility in New York or not. It shouldn't be, well, you're the home team, you're here, so you can't play, but a visitor can come into town and play. It makes absolutely, positively no sense whatsoever. Kyrie Irving has been thoroughly screwed over in that regard. There is no excuse for that. Nobody, you either in or you out. Either you have to be vaccinated to participate in competition inside the Barclays Center, or you can't. It can't be the home team can't play there, but a visitor could come in and play there. That is why I feel that Kyrie Irving should be allowed to play effective immediately. That's where I'm at with it.
All right, so this is what I will say, and I have caught heat from some folks for this, but the initial decision I had the capacity to make sense of. In the idea that tourism is a major part of your business, but if you can get your residents on board, then you can help mitigate the raising the head count of COVID cases, right? So the first part, I could rationalize. It's a little bit of a funky rule. Yeah, I get it. Maybe it's not fair. But I could understand it in the idea that I'm going to get my residents on board. Then at least that group will be protected, and tourism and visitors have to get to do what they got to do because they're leaving. The second part, though, I agree with you, Stephen A. If we are going to lift this thing, then it has to be lifted for all. And I don't understand the differentiation between private sector, public, the whole bit. At this point, if the mayor decides to move forward with lifting the ban, then Kyrie Irving should return to the court so that we can get Perk back on here when this Brooklyn Nets squad is loaded up again, so we can talk about Perk in them 76ers.
Well, let me get on you.
Okay.
Because you disagree with me on the first part.
I did disagree on the first
I actually think that it's blasphemous that you disagreed with me on that part.
Okay.
Allow me to explain.
Please.
If indeed they're getting their house in order because tourism is an issue, that would mean business. What did you say? Tourism is business.
Yes.
Business is about dollars and cents, right? Because I'm a capitalist and proud of it.
Let's do it.
Ain't no shame in my game, okay? So we understand that. Well, last time I checked, Kyrie box office. Excuse me, he plays in an arena. You got thousands of people that pack the arenas all the time looking forward to this box office attraction playing. You are prohibiting him from doing so because you're talking about a health crisis that we are dealing with. But you exclude tourism from the equation, not you, the people who spoke to you.
I got you.
You're excluding tourism from the equation because
you skipped over my thing,
because of the bottom line. And I'm just saying the point is, if the bottom line is about tourism and it's about money, that's even less of an excuse to prohibit Kyrie Irving from being available to play and be the showstopper that he is in Brooklyn.
You picked tourism and skipped over the part about residents. And as a resident, the idea to me was to get residents on board, right? And quite honestly, we would need somebody to give us some numbers. I do believe that Kevin Durant is still box office.
Well,
and so I don't think the Brooklyn Nets were hurting.
Well, time out. First of all, Kyrie lives in Jersey. That's number one.
That's a good point.
That's number one. All right. So when we talk about residents, the brother lives in Jersey. All right. So because he lives in Jersey, right, he travels to the Barclays Center to play basketball.
He exists there.
So again, the point that I'm trying to make is that the resident home team, I understand that Madison Square Garden, the Knicks, Barclays Center, the Nets. In the end, what it comes down to is that the citizens of Brooklyn, New York, and New York City are the people who don't get to see Kyrie Irving perform in person. How can you justify that when tourism is the reason, and residency, tourism and residency is the reason you would repel this from transpiring? You're basically saying it's about business, because if it was all about a health crisis, it don't matter. Tourism don't even matter. Excuse me, when the pandemic first hit.
It did not matter.
Before the vaccine was available, and even after the vaccine was available, it still didn't matter. We got countries. Look at the Toronto Raptors. They played all season in front of an empty stadium. Why? Because the health crisis took precedent. So now you're telling me residency, tourism, that takes precedence? Well, if that takes precedence, that's even less of an excuse to prohibit Kyrie Irving from showing up to play at the Barclays Center. And Eric Adams, I like you, my brother. I appreciate what I'm seeing from you. I'm a fan thus far. I hope it continues. But this is something that you need to modify immediately. Kyrie Irving should be allowed to play at the Barclays Center effective immediately. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.